Hello everyone, I'm Dick Wolff with a County Buzz moment or brief program. I've got a couple of guests with me today. We're going to talk about the Gay-Straight Alliance at Franklin County High School. To my immediate left is Joshua Dailey. Hello Joshua.
Hello.
Thanks for coming here. And Christian.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
and
to be here.
You're one of the two of you founded the Gay-Straight Alliance at Franklin County High School.
Yes.
What in the world were you thinking?
Well, ever since ninth grade, since middle school, I got picked on even before I came out. And when I came out in ninth grade, it wasn't really accepted. And then I just kept pushing forward and forward. And then when we tried to start the group, it was hard at first because one of our teachers, Miss McCullough, she tried her hardest, and then that was last semester. And this semester, the beginning of it, Miss Terrell took over, which she's our sponsor now.
Yes.
And she fought, and then she looked through the internet and searched all the statements and stuff and found that we were federally protected. So she brought that to Mr. Mansfield, our principal, and he finally let us start our group.
So you had been, it was denied.
A lot.
The Gay-Straight Alliance. And then, as I understand it, you wanted to have a diversity club.
Well, the main conflict in it was that we'd have to have bullying things, like anti-bullying statements in there. And we were fine with that. And then they were gonna try to make us, the school was gonna try to make it not a GSA group. They were gonna make a diversity club and make it just for non-bullying. And Ms. Terrell stepped in and she said that we could have a GSA group. And the main reason why we wanted a GSA group is so other kids are able to feel accepted.
I got you. So the club started. You've had 2 meetings now. You had a meeting yesterday. Tell us, how did that go? How many people were there?
It was a little over 40. It was really awesome.
More than you expected.
Yeah. A lot more. It doubled this time than last time.
Like our first meeting, we had maybe 20 people. And it was just overwhelming to see how many supporters we actually have at the school.
Yeah. So, and you don't, when someone comes to a Gay-Straight Alliance, you don't have to say, well, I'm this or I'm that or I'm the other thing.
No.
You just become a member of the club.
Yes. Because it's not only for LGBT, it's also for straight people. And it's not a group for just gays to get to know other gays. It's for straight people also, so we can come together as one and work as a unit.
Is that working out? You've been in existence a couple of weeks now. Is that working out?
It's working out for the members of the group and most of our allies that aren't in the group, that are too scared to be in the group at the moment. But we do have the people that disagree with us. And that is kind of hard, but we're working through it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna stay just with that subject because this is a small community and stories get told. So we understand that they were defacing your signs, your meeting signs.
Yes, we put up about 60 of them yesterday, and they were all gone today.
And
and this was after school.
And then they put the emblems on them with a circle with a line through it, as in no.
That's the newest. They were walking around with them on the back of their shirts.
Was this brought to the attention of Mr. Mantooth?
It was, and he said he would handle it. He told us to hang our posters and stuff where the cameras can view, so the offenders are able to be caught.
Oh, Mr. Mantooth's got something going on up here, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's right. The Franklin County High School is pretty well plastered with cameras
Yes.
that can be seen by certain school members at home even. So is the harassment, I guess this constitutes harassment. How do they, tell us about some moments of harassment. What is how do you get harassed?
Like, I could just be walking from first block to second block, and we only have 7 minutes between our class to get to the other one. And you hear behind you, faggot, oh, there's a faggot, don't get any of your gayness on me. Or you could be walking, or it was brought to us up in our group yesterday with some of the girls that are in our group, and they're lesbians, and they got broccoli and stuff thrown at them at lunch.
That sort of breaks my heart. So what sort of defenses do you have, especially in a lunchroom? That's a very large room. Aren't there not teachers rolled?
There is.
Yeah, and is it stopped?
It is to an extent, but most of the teachers most of the teachers aren't allies of our group. Because we did start a group in a southern school, and we're in the Bible Belt.
Okay, and that's going to continue, no doubt about it. But it's the sign that you had 40 yesterday. Does that give you hope that next year you are a junior Christian,
Yes.
and you're a senior, Josh?
Yes, sir.
So you'll be graduating this year. But when you come to school next year, do you think you'll be walking into a different climate? Do you think you'll have more teacher support than you do now?
Like, that's what my hopes are, but it could change, and for the better, or it could change for the worse. You just have to expect the best.
I'm just going to bring up, we've been following your web post and your Facebook page, and I'm sure you've done likewise. Thank you. But here are some of the things we're hearing. A parent will post something that, gee, two gays hug in the hall and nothing is done. And if a boy and a girl hug in a hall, they get sent to Saturday school. Is that the case?
No, one correction I would like to make on that is that I've seen so many straight couples kissing in the hallways. But, because I was the first gay guy to have a gay guy relationship in the school. And when I kissed my boyfriend, we got in 10 times more trouble, and I got, I was told that I would get a week of ISD if I got caught again, which the first offense is only 3 days ISD, and you get written up. And I told the vice principal that it was unfair, because the only reason why they were doing that is because I'm not straight. And I took it to heart though. And I usually don't let things get to me that way.
I got you.
But it did.
So no more kissing in the hall between you and your boyfriend?
No.
Josh, you are, I gather from our conversation we had prior to doing this interview, Christian, you had a fairly simple time coming out, or was it difficult?
Well, I'm kind of outgoing as a person anyways, so I usually don't care about the hatred that I'll get. So I just told everybody one day, I was like, I'm gay, accept me, and if you don't accept me, then just get out of my life.
And your family?
Well, it was hard at first with my mom and my stepdad, and they didn't like it. And then I had my best friend Devin and my nanny, and they supported me all the way.
Josh, you had a different story.
Mm-hmm. I grew up in the state of New York, so this whole bullying, it wasn't ever a problem because it was more accepted, it was the norm kind of. And so when I moved here 3 years ago. I originally went to Tullahoma High School, but last summer when I came out, my parents kicked me out for being gay. And I think that they just weren't, they had different plans for me, in my life. They wanted something for me, but what I wanted for myself wasn't what they wanted. So they had to cope, and they did it a different way. So this last summer, I moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and then moved back here recently and helped start the GSA, for the simple reason being that there is bullying here.
Yeah. Do you have siblings?
I do have siblings, actually.
And did they support your lifestyle?
They do.
I shouldn't call it's not a lifestyle, is it? It's a gender identification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're younger, though. Yeah.
So are any of them gay?
No, I don't think so.
Ah.
But I think it would totally shock my parents if one of them were.
I got you. Yeah, I want to ask, how hard is that on a teenage boy that whose parents essentially reject them?
Well, for me, I kind of grew up with support, so I always had people telling me, like, you can do this, you can do this. So when I came out, it wasn't as much a problem because I had already been planning ahead for if something bad happened when I did come out.
So the support you had was not from your family?
No, it wasn't from family.
Okay. And did you have some of those similar experiences? You seem to have so much confidence about your coming out. What about as a child? When did you realize that maleness wasn't exactly who you were?
Well, I did experiment when I was younger, and I think I've always known that I was this way because my mom, she'd always dress me up in makeup and put me in heels.
Was that right?
When I was younger. And then when I came out, I thought she was going to be okay with it, but she wasn't. And it hurt, but my big sister, Demi, she was a really big support because she used to be that way. And when a lot of stuff went wrong, my younger siblings, the only reason why I didn't leave sooner, because I got taken away this last summer, and that's when I moved in with my nanny. And my younger siblings, it was hard for me because I helped raise them, and I helped take care of my mom at the same time. And it hurt to let them go, but it also made them stronger, and they do accept me, and they love me for being the way I am.
So the two of you actually appear to be quite comfortable in your skins.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that's safe to say. The Board of Education is meeting on the 8th day of February at 5:30. You're planning a rally there, and I understand you're getting permits for that, and so it will all be proper and appropriate. When you first announced that, an opposition group came up, and some of us so-called grown-ups in the community thought, my goodness, these young people are going to get massacred by this groundswell of public opinion saying, no, you can't. But it seems that the table has turned the other way. We're seeing support from all over the country.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
I got a message today, and well, actually, it's a comment on one of my posts, and it was actually a post I put yesterday because as me and Josh were the co-founders, I said thank you to all our allies out there and our supporters. And he commented on there and he was like, I'm so proud of y'all, I'm crying right now. And just know that my church is behind y'all and that I'm behind y'all and my whole community is, and we love you coming from Philadelphia. And I was so happy when I heard that.
That's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing. So how do you feel about this? Do you suspect that there may be a confrontation on the 8th of February?
There might, but the one thing we have to do is keep our mind on the game and stay strong. Because there's going to be a lot of hate no matter where you go, and no matter what time it is, or what year it is, or what date it is. Because back in the day, there was racism. Now it's straights against gays, and then I think it's all about the difference. There's things that are just different that people just can't accept, and it's gonna take time for them to accept it. But I think one day with the group that we started, it might not be, it could be in next year or the year after or after we're dead, but one day they'll turn the cheek and accept it, and everyone will actually come together.
With your comment about turning the cheek, and also you mentioned Christians a couple of times as we've been talking.
Yes.
Are you a person of faith?
Yes, I am. I love God. I really do, and it hurts me on Facebook when people state that they're Christians and stuff, and they're judging me, and I'm like, have you not read the Bible? God says, do not judge. Love someone and treat someone as if they were treating you. And I don't know if I quoted that right, because I haven't been reading the scripture a lot lately. But I have a lot of faith in people, and my faith is very strong in God. And I might not go to church. I'm non-denominational, because most of the churches, they don't accept me. And I think you don't have to go to church to be a Christian or be a Catholic or be Buddhist or Jewish. It's what's in your heart.
And Josh, what are your thoughts on that?
Growing up, I actually grew up in a really religious family. We would go to church every Sunday morning and actually evening, and every Wednesday for Bible study. So, and it was a little like harder to come out in that situation because it was a religious family, but it just bugs me how people can say that like religion is like not for who we are. I mean, I go to church. So in the end, that is not a valid argument at all.
So this is going to be quite an interesting. We're going to enjoy watching you. I think I should enjoy is quite the right word, but this is it's quite a challenge that you have put on the table for Franklin County people to think about. Do you intend to appear or ask the Board of Education if you can come and speak to them?
I'm definitely going to be at the board meeting the 8th.
Yes.
And I know a lot of people are coming too. My phone constantly blows up with people asking me when is the date again, because they keep getting blocked off the page itself. Because a lot of our allies I've heard around and I've been talking to, they got blocked off the page. And I'm like, it's February the 8th, and just talk to me and I'll let you know.
I've been a Facebooker for a number of years, and I don't know how to block somebody. I better look that up and see how that's done. But thank you very much. Do you have any closing thoughts about the GSA club and about the upcoming meeting, and about any parents out there that might be saying, "What do I do if my child comes out and tells me they're gay?" What are you going to tell them?
If your child comes out that they're gay, just accept them and love them for who they are. You're the one who made them, and they did come from God, and they're a child of God. And don't look at them any differently. Don't treat them any differently than your other kids. No matter who they are, support them as long as they live.
And on that, I'm going to thank you both for being here today. And I also want to note that your nanny is here today, and what a great support person that is in your life. We're all very happy for her too. Thank you very much. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll talk to you later.